And the first question is just an opportunity for you to introduce yourself and explain why you are a candidate for the Oakland School Board.
Okay. First of all, my name is Big Valeria. I want to thank everybody for giving me an opportunity to present myself and introduce myself to everybody at OEA. The reason why I'm running for school board is because I believe that the school board has been going in the wrong direction. I think they made a lot of decisions which could have been better planned. But more importantly, I believe that a lot of people have been marginalized in the process in the last 10 years. Since we've gone back our leadership from the state, I believe that there were a lot of missed opportunities along the way. And this is the reason why we're currently in our situation today, with school closures, with budget shortfalls, with the ambiguity whether or not we'll keep our staff, teachers, or faculty in place in school campuses, and not to mention the many students who will be, which these impacts will be detrimental. I think that we need to set up a new vision for Oakland and refresh where we're at and refresh the direction we need to go to. And the reason why I'm running for District 7 in particular is because I feel that this is a district known as Deep East Oakland that has been marginalized for the last 40 years, if not more. And I believe they need a stronger voice and concern in how to address these issues, which have been, I think, neglected in the past few years.
All right, thank you. Introduce yourself and explain why you're a candidate for the Oakland School Board.
Okay, well, my name is Cristina Molina. I'm a Chicana cisgender, pronouns she, her, and I am also a person with a learning disorder. I have ADHD, and it has been difficult for me to have gone through the Oakland Unified School District unnoticed, you know, because my condition was never noticed by anybody in the district. So I went through, you know, Melrose Elementary, Calvin Simmons Junior High, and Fremont High School without nobody realizing that I have ADHD. So when a person has ADHD, which is a learning disorder, it's very difficult for us to keep track of all the information because we're deficit in attention. So it's like always getting out of a lecture and trying to fill out this big puzzle because you missed a lot of the important information throughout that lecture because your condition distracted you and pulled you away. So going through schooling at the Oakland Unified School District, you know, was a bit challenging because I always had to fill out that puzzle. But then going to college was even more difficult because that puzzle got more complex and more difficult to solve. And I needed at that time to advocate for myself, to ask for longer times in exams so that I could do better, or to ask for support in explaining what was being taught to me in a different way, because ADHD individuals are also very visual. We cannot only learn from just listening to the teacher on a lecture. We need graphics. We need any type of literature, something that we can follow, you know, in paper or can be explained in different ways. So the reason that I'm running for school board is because as you know, ADHD is inherited, and I believe that 3 of my children have it. I know that 2 for sure have it right now, and one of them is an IEP plan, and the other one has a 504 plan. So I'm teaching them to advocate for themselves, which is what they need. But the reason I'm doing and advocating and running for this office is because I want to advocate for children, you know, that have learning disorders.
Thank you.
One is just, could you introduce yourself and explain why you are a candidate for the Oakland School Board?
Yes, I'm Dr. Clifford Thompson, and I started my teaching career really as a substitute teacher in Oroville, California, but the next year moved down to the Bay Area, and I started out teaching here in Oakland. And so this is where I got my start. I learned to teach necessarily here in the Oakland schools, and then I became an administrator here in the Oakland schools. And then I moved around a little bit, but right here basically in the East Bay Area. I spent about 17 years as a classroom teacher, about 20 years as an administrator. And I felt like, you know, I'm not ready to retire yet, and I want to give back to the community. So I figured, why not go on and go back into the classroom. I didn't want to be an administrator anymore. I wanted to go back to the classroom. I felt that I could make the biggest difference there. And so I have to be very honest and candid. I did try to get on here in Oakland, but for some reason I wasn't able to. So I went to West Contra Costa County, and so I've been teaching there for the past 3 years. And so I feel like in order to maximize what one has, his educational experience of administration in classroom, I would be the perfect person. It took me 2 years to actually work through all of this, but I'd be the perfect person to run for the school board and represent the learning of our children and help them learn more. So I see I have 20 seconds, so I better stop there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.